Hello, and today it's a very cold day here down in Kent, so I've decided to come inside and do a little bit on the model railway, Misty Dale. One of the things which always annoys or is so time consuming on a model railway layout is this thing, ballasting. I'm going to do a short video now showing how I do it. Most people do tend to do it this way, but it's always nice to have a small little tutorial on YouTube. So I'm going to show you how I do it and prove that it's not so scary. So let's get on with it. Right, so what we're going to need for this project is, of course, some ballast. There's some Gauge Master fine ballast there. Also some ordinary PVA glue. You can get this from mainly craft shops. It's not that expensive. I've got a pipette there, I think you can see. That'll be for administering the glue. You've got the brush, a small brush, a spoon for helping putting the ballast on. This bowl here will be used to mix the glue and water mixture, and quite an important ingredient in this lot is the thing you see here, which is the washing up liquid, which you only need a small amount of. Right, so that's all the equipment we need, and let's show you how we're going to mix the glue. So with the glue mixture, you want to make a 1-to-1 mixture. So just get your glue, your normal PVA glue, tip it in. That just about covers the bottom of that. There you go. And to that I'm going to add a little bit of water. Basically to make it almost a 1-to-1 mixture. And to that, if I just lean over you there, and to that with this washing up bottle, literally a drop is all you need. It's all there, only there to break the surface tension. So if I just put a little drop, one drop will do, into that mixture, and then all you have to do, take your spoon, or take a spoon, mix it up until it's thoroughly mixed. And then I hope you can see quite a wet consistency there. That's what you're after. Be a bit of foamy bubble in there from the actual washing up liquid, but as I say, it's there to break the tension. Makes it easier to flow over the ballast when you're putting it over the track. So now we've done that, let's go down to the model railway and start ballasting. Oh, and I also forgot to mention, you're going to need some of this. This is a spray bottle. All it's got in it is clear, normal tap water. And I'll come on to what you use that for a little bit later on. So anyway, this is the small section of track here that I want to work on. I'm just going to do this section of track just as a demonstration. I would normally do a little bit further than that, but not much further. It's always better to do these things in small patches. I find it's much easier, get a better result. Anyway, so the first thing we're going to do is we get our spoon and our ballast. And I'm just going to fill in between the sleepers, gently tapping it down. It goes as well as expected. I'll do it this way because it's easier for you to see. Don't worry going over the sleepers at the moment. I'll show you what we're going to do in a second. A little bit more up to where my track join is. That should be enough for this bit. Then you get your larger brush and just brush, show it that way, just brush in between so that you're getting all of it off of the actual sleeper head and down into the cavity between the sleepers. Take your time doing this bit because it will make the finish better. You don't really want gravel slipping on your sleepers. You don't really see that in the real world. But try and get everything nice and even inside. And what I like to do now is just get my smaller brush and then just literally just get those small little bits off of the sleepers. And just basically make it look neat and tidy. But to get a reasonable finish, just take a little bit extra time, making sure you're getting things flat in those sleepers. And so the small brush is excellent for that, because you can actually get very, very deep. That looks fairly reasonable. Now, of course, the rest of it, we'll do the shoulders or the side of the track. So I usually just get it on my spoon at a nice little angle. Just drop it down. And the same for the other side. Make sure it goes in there. Because this is a depot, I'm not going to be overly worried about the finish. I want it to look nice, but obviously in a depot things are a little bit more rough and ready than actually on the mainline track. But you've still got to get it away from these running rails, so like with the main bulk of the sleepers, just try and drag it so it goes in between those areas and you get a reasonably nice shoulder. I mean, the shoulders or edges can be as neat as you like. If you really want to go for it and make some very, very nice looking shoulders, you can of course do that. But the main thing is to get the majority of this ballast in between those sleepers to make it look very nice. And the small little, I find this small brush really helps get everything in those nooks and crannies. I'll just neaten it up off the side there, make it look rather nice. Now this is a very small section. Actually, I probably would have done double. I probably would have gone up to around about here, but just for demonstration, I'm quite happy with that. There's a little bit obviously needed down the bottom here, I've forgotten. You've probably noticed that and probably screaming at the screen saying, why haven't you done the bottom bit? There you go. Let me just tidy that up. That's obviously where my end of track's going to be. Push that in slightly. Get that off the sleepers. Have another little look just to see. A little bit there that's going to foul the rail. And there's a bit there as well. Not too shabby. That's better. Right, the next best thing is, the next thing you've got to do is this bit. This is the water. This has been fully rinsed out, obviously, but this is just normal tap water. I'm just going to spray, and all you're going to do is lightly spray over, just so you get it wet. Don't have to go overboard, but you just want it slightly damp, and that also helps break up the tension, the surface tension, when you put on the glue. So I've got my glue in my tub, already pre-mixed. Now I'll grab my pipette. I've just got a normal disposable one. Let's see if I can get that in the screen. Now I'll just basically suck up a load of glue, or the glue mixture, and then just flood the area with the glue. It should start to sink in fairly quickly because of the fact you put the water on there. So just basically just cover it with your glue solution. You can see it's slipping away there. And don't forget, the glue will dry clear. Just hold it just above the ballast, and a gentle squeezing pressure will help that come out. And as you can see, it starts to soak in fairly quickly. I'm not going to be too worried if that seeps over, because I've got extra bits and pieces that are going to go alongside here. So it's just basically getting this ballast down and locked into place. That's not too bad. Now this will take around about 24 hours to cure off, perfectly dry. So by the magic of YouTube, I shall now stop there, wash up all the equipment that I've used, stick the lid back on the thing, on the glue. Oops. But that's basically it. and I'll show you the finished product in about 24 hours time once it's fully dried off. Okay then, it's been around about 24 hours and as you can see it's fully dried. I can show you that, like that, and it's come up with quite a good finish, I think. Obviously still needs a little bit more around here to finish off the product, but the actual ballasting of the rail is done. And that's how relatively easy it is. I mean, yes, it is a little bit time consuming. I would say normally I would have done this sort of stretch, and yeah, that will take a long time obviously with the full layout, but I'll just show you what I've achieved in other areas. And for example, over here at Foxborough Junction, just outside the station, you can see I've had some nice grass grown here, all this ballasting around here fixed into place, and that gives you an overall idea of how it will look once you've put even more landscaping around. It is a little bit time consuming, as I say, but pretty good. If you enjoyed this video, then please like, comment and subscribe, and if you can, get out there, get on the railway and see where it takes you. I'll see you again next time.